This meeting is being recorded.
So for example, if you have this this candle, that candle right there, as a bullish candle, let's say, something like this, the 50% of that 15-minute candle is roughly there. So what may happen here is that a New York session push, little bit of a push to the 50 pips or 50% of that 15-minute candle, and retest that low. If that low is not being respected after the price is doing a retest over there, remember, you have a previous hourly candle that most likely is looking like this, for example. So therefore, a new hourly candle, most cases, can give you this pullback. And the moment that hourly candle is not respecting that low, you can have an extra pips toward the 75 in this area. Overall, the 74, that will be my target. And I know that if volume is there, if we have enough volume at New York Open, it will be, you know, just the carryover from that rejection on Friday afternoon. So we may see an easy job going to the 70 in no time. That's all. But obviously, for the sake of simplicity in here, you don't want to see a quick push on that 15-minute candle and that 15-minute candle closing, for example. This is the other case scenario. If that 15-minute candle in the last minute is doing something like this. If that 15-minute candle is doing something like this, then most likely price will try to retest this area and give you fake outs from here and closing something like this, going again to the top of the range. The moment you have a breather outside this area right here, no doubt that leaving this area right here can take us to the 85 in no time. Can easily give you a heavy correction right there. And that's based on the 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a better confirmation for price action. The problem is that using 15-minute candle is a hell of a risk involved, because the stop loss is bigger than using 5 minutes, but the concept is the same. Like for example, this candle right here just closed bullish right there. It's closing bullish. This is your support. New York session can have the option to retest up to this area right here. Overall, in total honesty, I don't want to see more than this as a form of pullback. If it's giving me more than 10 pips from this area for a form of pullback, then I will have to be really careful, because I can easily start trading inside, you know, prices is starting to trade inside the range, and can be something depressing trading inside this range. Or if the bodies of the candles are too big in the 5 minutes, that you're not gonna, I'm not gonna be you know, attempting to take any trade if the 5-minute candles are, let's say, 25, 30 pips in volume each candle, like this one right here. There's no way that I can take that small range as a possible range to trade. I won't be taking that, because those candles right there in a range that is less than 50 pips can be dangerous, because the moves can be you know, whipsaws up and down, and it's not fun. The moment you enter with the confirmation candle, let's say you enter in the market with something when the confirmation is there, with something like this, right, and having a stop loss, let's say somewhere there, and the price can easily go 10 pips, whatever, start rejecting, come back to this area and reject, and being in this specific scenario is not worth it for me. I love looking for specific moves. Like for example, if that candle respect the high of the 5 and is breaking the low, I can easily think that New York session will need to respect this area, and from there to this specific area, most likely is like 15 pips or so, something like that. And the moment New York session is pulling liquidity from this area, is gone. So moment price is breaking that hourly candle low, is gone. It's gone. I'll say, you know, the 74 can be the target below that area right there. But this is just plain and simple. The New York, in total honesty, needs to correct price. It needs to correct that price, because price already moved too much. And don't get me wrong, gold can start dropping and dropping. We know when there's no sense for a drop, right? But look at the 4-hour candles here. There's not a single 4-hour candle that is bullish in here. So thinking that this candle in the last minute will turn bullish to give you that support, I think it's pretty dumb. So I just rather to sell, and, you know, unless I have confirmations on hourlies or 30-minute candles. But if I don't have hourly candles giving me confirmations, man, no, I'm not interested in buying gold. this area, or this area is 21 to the 74 is 20 something. Yeah, it can go for more than the 24 total, than the 74 to be honest. Okay, Ja, he took that trade from the top of that range. That's beautiful work. Should get 10 pip push, right, Kerwin, once it broke the law. Yes. A drop of 20. Once price is leaving a daily low, it tends to go for 20 pips really easy. This is just taking his time because it's New York session about to open. But it's there. The information is there. Now, look, now what I will do, I will get stopped down this position, no doubt.
Hello, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good, brother, and you?
Good. Did you think I missed the trade today of?
What was that? I'm sorry, my brother.
Did you think today I miss the trade? I miss the move of?
If you already missed it.
Yeah, I missed that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't took that trade, the other one you can consider is that one right there, using a stop loss like this. Going, for a risk reward is not worth it for you as right now. But if the volume is correct, price will come back, retest this candle right here. And the moment that the retest is done, then you have a good trade because you can easily use your stop loss based on the previous rejection. Like for example, let me delete that candle right there. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, that retest right there. Now you don't want to see price going back and retest this area. It's gone. So yeah, that's New Year's session, baby. That's New Year's session. That was an easy one.
Big boys coming.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Still some spare change to this area. After that drop, if price is going back to retest its own high, then call it a day, because that can be the rejection, and price can easily go back all the way up to this area right here. Yeah, that was an easy move. But we always look for the bigger picture, It's just that trading at the bottom of that support is tough. Yeah. Pay attention how this 5-minute candle behave. These 3 more minutes. So in the next 1 minute, next 2 minutes, this candle needs to give you that specific move to the 70. Well, the 75 is here. The 75 is here. That's why it's rejecting that area. But the overall target is the 74. But see how the closing, the moment that pullback is done, you can easily enter in the market in no time. You're in profits, and at that point, your risk is worth it, because I mean, with volume, it's pretty easy. You'd be surprised how many people, how many retail traders start seeing something like this, instead of selling, they start buying. You'd be surprised. The time has come to my life that I receive heavy messages, man, that it's incredible how people trade. And I'm like, holy man, it's terrible, because you can tell there's no discipline at all. Like buying when something is extremely bearish. Remember the buy that I had on Thursday? I was trying to catch that knife with bare hands, no doubt. It was a stupid trade. Like I said, it's a stupid trade. It's just that I have seen so many times those crazy pullbacks on gold. And for me, it was just worth it. Using 20 pips to look for 60, it was worth it. It was worth the shot. So at this point, whoever took that trade, secure some. I will have now my stop loss in this area, and I don't care. I was thinking I will be stopped out because I was having that stop loss there. And New York session can easily just push and then reject from there, but I didn't care at all. My job is managing risk and securing profits at any given point. So yeah, that's good. That's a good trade. For a Monday, for first day of the month, man, there you go. Keep going, baby girl. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Daily rejection, previous one right here. This is what I mean when I'm talking about volume. When we see how price broke this area right here, we started to range. When there's volume, if like for example this trade, we didn't have that structure below this 82 80 level or 78 79. If price was trading in this specific level, New York session come to that point of retest this area, from here to here is 50 pips in 5 minutes, no doubt. Something, where's my 50 pips? Something like this in no time, because New York session has the most beautiful moves and the steady moves that you may find in the market. During London, you can say whatever you want. During London, during Asian sessions, very rare. You need to have like heavy confirmations from previous daily to have a steady moves during London, during Asian session to give you those specific moves as well in London. But it tends to be a messy one. That one right there, beautiful, beautiful. If you're still holding that position, that makes a really nice trade. That was an easy and nice trade to take. Right there, no risk. See why the importance of having the confirmation of market structure. This candle right here is the first 5-minute candle. You don't need a 30-minute candle. Maybe there's gonna be days that the 5-minute aligns perfectly well with a 30-minute, with a 15-minute, with a hourly, with a 4-hour candle, whatever. But on a daily basis, you need to pay attention to the 5 minutes. Look, that 5-minute candle closed whatever below that 74, right? Now, don't get too carried away, because that candle can easily, that candle right there alone was 28 pips. That candle, the next one, is if it's giving you a pullback, that pullback right there, if you want to be clever, you can easily have now your stop loss top of this candle, let the rest run, whatever, but think of this a possible continuation, and as well think of a possible rejection from these lows, or from these lows, because this is the daily, the previous daily low, right? So in most cases can go to the previous daily low, have some sort of issues, and start ranging on pullback to the key level that you have here that was left behind. Other than that, you have an easy job until now. I mean, like I said, 4-hour candles, you don't have anything that can tell you, gold will be bullish today. It may give you pullback, but I'm not interested in buying gold. I may miss the move because, let's say, gold goes to this area and gives me confirmation. I don't care. I'm done for the day. My day was really good for the first day of the month, and I don't need to go to the stress of of risking anything counter trending, something that is looking extremely bearish right there. And no, my runners, for the one who asked for the runners that I have from last night, they got, they hit the TP at the 1880. That 1880 as a key level was my TP for those runners. I don't get greedy. I know that, securing those runners right there gave me the chance to take these trades. But if those runners, just because I'm being greedy, instead of giving me that target, I don't have a TP, or I have a TP way too long, too low, and in the middle of the night, I start having heavy rejections, and it stopped me out, break even, I won't be able to take positions like this with the risk that I put on this position. Why? Because I don't have anything in my pocket that can cover a loss at the first day of the month. That's why when the month, the week starts, I don't know if you have seen this, if you have seen this a lot of times, that you tend to hold position for longer, and you close your eyes, you think it's going well, whatever, and all of a sudden, all the profits are gone because you didn't secure anything, or maybe you had your stop loss way too adjusted to your entry, and then not even when I do something like taking trades. Remember, every time the price is moving, creating price action, you don't want to see crazy pullbacks. You don't want to see our 5-minute candles. You don't want to be holding a certain position at the new 30-minute candle opening, because it's when the worst thing can happen, a heavy pullback. So if you had a certain trade, like for example, if you had a certain trade, let's say something, a second here, a certain trade that can be short position, something like that, aiming for the 70 overall. 70 is somewhere there, right? If you have something like this, what you can easily do at that point is, every time the price is moving a certain way, pay attention to how price action is behaving. Pay attention how a 5-minute candle is behaving. Every time the price is moving, Every price is moving, secure some, secure some, secure some. And if you don't do that, in some cases, price gives you 50 pips, 70 pips, and price can easily reverse because it's a previous daily, a daily zone. It doesn't mean that it's gonna change your bias, but if you're, for example, to the person who asks, I missed the move, man, you can easily take it here with the risk, with the stop loss here, and maybe, you know, for that specific drop, 10 pips, whatever. If you're used to get 10 pips risking 20, I don't know. Now, if you know that the move is happening and you may have an easy job, you're not aiming for that 10 pips. You may be aiming for 10, for 20. At that point, is 1-to-1. Now, are you willing to let all that 1-to-1 on the table, or are you gonna secure some at any given point? You know, there's plenty of questions that you need to ask to yourself before taking a specific trade. And you know, the information is there. See that heavy rejection from there? That's why you need to secure some. That's why you need to secure profits. That candle right there, if that was an easy continuation, at that point, this candle didn't have any business breaking that high, that specific level. It's engulfing. Now we're having some sort of problems. Now people can easily think, oh, it's going bullish, it's going bullish. I will start buying from here and I'm gonna start, I have a stop loss here. Price can easily go to this area right here and reverse over this area again. And stop to, you know, give you 10, 20 pips and you become greedy, and price can easily come back to this area because this might be just plain and simple pullback before NYSE open, before the continuation for NYSE volume. That's all, you know. But those are the size of the candles that I didn't want to see in this area. I don't want to trade when candles are looking like this ugly right there. 33 pips in volume. Who in the world is going to be able to buy something here at the top of this area using 30 pips when you're trying to counter trend a 4-hour candle that is looking extremely bearish yet? You know, it's a no sense. Like having a buy in here with the stop loss here, looking for something like this doesn't make sense at all. By the way, the Kadir is here or not yet? Or somebody who can send the link to for the FXEM chart to the chat.
It's already in the chat.
Oh, it's already okay. Cool. Thank you.
It's also on Slack, Kerwin.
What was that, my brother?
It's also in Slack.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much.
No, I didn't do it. Somebody else did it, but Zara
okay.
asked me yesterday and I sent it to him, but I saw somebody else posted it to everybody.
Okay. Cool. I have not taken any trade, but I'm hearing people say big boys won't sell the low in the New Year session. They pull it back to themselves. I mean, we're not big boys. You're small fish. Just pay attention to price action. We big boys tend to hold price for longer. I do hold price for longer sometimes, but it's not my job leaving everything on the table.
These 3 5-minute candle Kerwin looks very like weird. It's like a barcode, but like
like barcodes. But it's looking like it will continue down. It's just that now you have a pretty tough job, a heavy job in here, because taking that specific drop when you miss the move from this top of this area right here, if you're not holding positions, you know, this is the area you don't want to sell gold. Why? Because gold, can give you, 20 pips, maybe 30, but it's way too much of a risk involved in that specific trade. It
looks like we're respecting kind of New York law. And so basically there's a few things. So we're respecting New York law. We had a very strong sell-off during the night. So it would be kind of, well, you can't assume that the New York people will not sell more, but it would be wiser to push the price up to a certain pullback than to continue selling for our 1850 high time frame that we talked about. Because right now it's hard to believe that we're just going to break the 1873 and continue down. It just doesn't make sense. There has to have some liquidity grab from the top in order to push down more.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it will. In total honesty, the way that price is looking, it looks like it will break those lows and create a brand new low, the only thing that you have here is that the previous rejection is coming from this area. So from the 71, you have some like I would say like from this area, you have like 50 pips more to the downside that you can, that you can plan to take. Not that I'm telling you to take that specific trade, but if you do have something, for example, something like this, like candle leaving that specific area, the overall target you may have in this area right here is the 65 now. Why? Because at this point, the 4-hour candle still has some sort of juice to retest the daily low. And from this area to the daily low, in total honesty, there's more to give on gold. Gold, man, when gold is dropping, look, I'll jump into the 1 minute. It's not the best because obviously 1 minute's are dangerous. But this area, for example, if price is leaving this specific area right here, know that you need to take this position. Remember, you don't need to take that position. If you didn't have the position from earlier on, you don't need to take that position. But if this structure right here, the heaviest rejection, I will say this is the heaviest rejection right here on the 1 minute. If price is leaving those previous lows in no time, can send price to the 69 area, and trading below that 70 only means that we're going to the 60 overall for the weekly. Doesn't mean it's gonna be, see that 1 minute candle right there. This is supposed to be your support. This is the 15-minute candle. See how the 15-minute candle closed? Therefore, if that 1 minute candle doesn't hold support anymore, this can be your contention area for the next drop, for the next move, if the continuation is there. Do you want to consider this? It can take you out in no time, and it's 20 something pips in there, risking below this area. But at that point, you're looking for like 10 pips, 20 pips really quick. The moment price is moving 10, 20 pips, bring your stop loss pretty tight in here, and just call it a day. But at that point, it's risking like 1-to-1, something that you don't want to consider, especially when there's a new 30-minute candle coming in play, is that a new 30-minute candle can, or this 30-minute candle can give you a drop and heavy rejection, and a new 30-minute candle, correct price all the way up. See, that candle closing is not good anymore. This candle, this trade right here won't play right now. It won't play. Why? Because now this is your support, confirmation of support, and this candle is taking a breather outside this previous rejection. So now doesn't mean that you need to buy as well. No, don't think like that. But it means that price can easily come back all the way up to this area before giving you some form of fake out, before giving you some form of pullbacks to the low of the day currently. The low of the day is this one. The more information we can get at NYSE, the better. Do we need to trade NYSE because when price already moves so much? No, we don't need that. The easiest one, like I said, the easiest trade possible was this one right here. This trade was the easiest one, and you don't need to go to the stress of, adding more positions now, because price at any given point can easily start ranging. But if price is leaving this specific area, you're basically trading, and you're playing with fire at that point, because trading in this area, you're trading at the previous rejection on a weekly candle. So a weekly candle, can give you the same. Now, just because the previous weekly candle gave you rejection from here doesn't mean you need to buy this dip. No, because unless you're using maybe 50 pips in a stop loss, try it. But for that, you rather wait for price action giving you that confirmation right there. Yeah. It's just that, it looks like it will continue. This closing right here, the price is not having that fun to the upside right there.
Kerwin, one piece that just makes me think about is to make sure people are aware of, obviously there's people at various points of their career here. If you're new, you don't want to take stuff that's going to be challenging. You want to think about getting your hit rate up, right? Until your hit rate's at a point where you feel comfortable, you start to feel confident, then you can add a whole bunch of other stuff. But until your hit rate gets to a point where you feel extremely confident taking trades, I would say leave that things that are esoteric, or you might, it's a bottom, I should buy here, because there's easier trades. You just want to make this first part of your career very easy and do the easy, simple things. Then you can start adding complexity, but make sure you got a good hit rate first. Then you can think about countering, because there's a million ways to trade. And Kerwin's way it works for him, and I have slightly different ways of doing things. Other people here do, but just get some consistency in doing something before you start adding other things to your quiver.
Yeah, that's correct, Eddie.
Calvin, good morning, bro.
Morning, Dennis. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, brother. Good.
And I was looking through Asia last night. I was like, these sales look so good. But I was like, every time I take a trade during Asian, it doesn't go well. I was like, it's probably gonna burst or something. So let me leave it to the morning.
Mio took a sell 1789. 17. 170 breakable. No, what is this? Man, 178.90, or is the 17? No, 1789 cannot be. Maybe 1889. Let me know.
1879. Sorry, it's typo.
Wow,
1879.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look at the gold.
1879. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Yeah, it
Crazy.
doesn't have a limit to, you know, for, oh, wow, look at that beautiful clothes right there. That's a sexy clothes.
Yeah.
That's a sexy clothes. Yeah, it's gonzo. It's gonzo. Oh, my days. What a day today in the market. Beautiful. If you guys are still holding runners, man, secure more. Secure more. Let the rest run. That baby right
I
there.
entered
So
at 74. Entered at 74 and 70 TP, 40 pips quick.
Yeah, this is the height that I was looking for. I took that last entry, but damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna secure 75% on that candle right there. Okay. Yeah, that trade was good. Good. That was the target, the daily target right there, the 70. Now don't buy in here. Don't do it. Don't do it. This was just a spare change that it was in this area to the 70 right here.
I probably will go up now for a while, Kerwin.
We'll go up.
We probably will go up now for the next
Yeah.
few minutes. It's last week low I took out, so it's gonna get liquidity.
Yeah, but
I got beautiful cells there now. 9 pips stop loss, 50 TP.
Yeah, but to go up, it will need, you know, to be honest, clear this 76 area.
I won't be surprised if it keeps on dropping.
Yeah,
Seriously.
me too. For the sake of my runners, I want to see this thing going.
I took cells there before and why open. Got some there 30 pips, and then the fucking them candle 5-minute pull back and stop me out.
Heavy candle, this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came back again on this 5-minute candle. The minute it flipped and closed below 1875, I took a shot.
Okay.
And there I got 40 pips easy. 9 pips stop loss.
I was watching with my left eye to my trade because I had the stop loss somewhere here, and I was looking to that candle. Oh my God, that candle reverses so much, because I was thinking, man, if a pullback, it's okay to the 75, right? And that candle managed to close above the 75, but then, you know,
Yeah, but for today, you better call it a day. It's last weekly low hit. It's going to manipulate now, and it's going to pull back. You can do whatever it wants.
Yeah, and buying at support, buying at a weekly low is not smart. You know, it's not smart. It may play out that you have a quick whatever, but I would love to see that weekly low, that previous weekly low, being retested again. Like from now on, having a price going to the 75 or even higher, then later coming back to this area, and then lower time frame structure giving me that specific support right there. But it's extremely bearish, man. Yesterday, I'm laughing right now because I'm gonna send a screenshot to Ironman from my prophet, because he was telling me yesterday, man, what do you think it will happen with gold? And I'll tell him, well, you know that based on the way that monthly candle close, something like that, I know that we may see more downside. You know, I'm still looking for that downside. And he told me, no, man, but you know, the hyperinflation, something like that, it's